Meine Freunde, es wird Zeit. Präsentieren wir die Beweise. Was haben wir bisher? Charakterprofil wird ein bisschen weniger machen. Der Verkauf an Rosen. Dass die Rosen unterschiedlich Farben spezialisiert sind.
Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
Okay. Kaktus ist mitgesprungen im Topf. Der Topf ist gesprungen, vermutlich die Folge eines Schlags oder Aufpralls.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
Aha. Auf einmal. Okay.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right.
Sie ist schlau. Mir gefällt das. Das hat was Provokantes. Von der Holzleiter wird sie nichts wissen.
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
Ah, das dachte ich mir schon. Okay, wir haben nicht mehr so viel. Das Charakterprofil wird nichts bringen.
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
Ja, Freunde, da ist nicht mehr viel. Wir müssen ein paar neue Hinweise suchen.
I'll be off.
So, gucken wir mal. Ich habe bestimmt noch nicht alles gesehen. Da.
Can I ask you a question?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
Ach so, ja, natürlich müssen wir die richtigen Fragen stellen.
Could you help me?
I can't help you with that, sir.
Ah, schade. Okay. Was fragen wir ihn am besten? Aber da ist noch jemand.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Wir kriegen, wenn wir zu viel dumme Sachen fragen, dann kriegen wir wieder irgendeine dumme Bemerkung in unser Tagebuch. Also, gucken wir mal. Das sind jetzt alles die Leute, das sind so die Main People, die wir so fragen können, immer zwischendurch. So. Junge, wenn du ein Rätsel hast, dann denk nach. Wie sagte er kam? Nach der Pause.
Impressive stature, strong gaze. I think this man deserves a knighthood.
Really, Holmes? How can you be so sure?
Nee, der
On rare
Zeitungsjunge, der wird
occasions,
es nicht wissen.
Watson,
Der
it can
Zeitungsjunge
suffice to trust one's gut.
war zu weit weg. Wer bist du denn eigentlich? So, haben wir jetzt hier alles schon? Gut.
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
Ah. Wo kommst du näher, das Watson? Okay, läuft. Ja, gut. Dann mal weiter.
We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think.
Der denkt an den Namen für den nächsten Roman. Okay, gehen wir mal weiter. Da wird die nichts zu wissen. Da wird die aber auch nichts zu
I'm
wissen.
afraid I can't help with that, Mr.
Das wird
Holmes.
die auch nicht wissen.
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Da gibt's nichts mehr.
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr.
Okay.
Holmes.
Das war's.
Are
Ja.
you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
Ja, okay.
I'll be
So.
off.
Lass mal nachdenken. Wir brauchen einen neuen. Warum verhält sich Mr. Barnes so sonderbar? So. Kaputte Holzleiter. Kaktus mitgesprungen. Und dann brauchen wir, wo er sich verletzt hat. Ne, war nix. Okay, wir brauchen was Grünes. Und wir brauchen was Blaues. Was Gelbes. Könnte das hier sein. Könnte aber das hier sein. Okay. Das war auf jeden Fall richtig. Dann ist es nur noch das hier. Ne. Okay. Okay, uns fehlen Hinweise. Das ist es nicht. Das weiß ich jetzt schon. Uns fehlen Dokumente und Aussagen. Okay. Uns fehlen Dokumente und Aussagen. Mit wem können wir reden? Mr. Barnes. Okay, anheften.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes.
Bam.
No,
Arms.
not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy. So we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached. But since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Ich glaube, jetzt haben wir es. Was war das fehlende Puzzleteil? Das ist natürlich hier falsch. Aber das wussten wir vorher. So. Das war auch falsch. Das war das hier. Gut, viele sind nicht mehr. Fehlt uns da ein Hinweis? Mr. Barnes hatte einen Strauß verweckter Blumen ins Schaufenster gestellt, um die Aufmerksamkeit der Blumenverkäuferin zu wecken. Vielleicht hofft er, sie dazu zu bringen, in seinem Laden zu kommen und ihm Ratschläge zum Blumengießen zu geben. Oder es handelt sich um den Versuch, auf ihre subtile Weise seine Verzweiflung zu signalisieren. Mr. Barnes hat Mrs. Fleming anonym einen Kaktus geschenkt, den er aus dem Katalog auf seiner Ladentheke bestellt hat. Womöglich nicht die beste Wahl, aber für Mr. Barnes scheint der Kaktus seine ewige Liebe zu symbolisieren. Nicht zuletzt lautet der Titel des Katalogs Immergrüne Pflanzen für immerwährende Liebe. Ganz offensichtlich handelt es sich dabei um den Kaktus, den er auf dem Strand in der Mülltonne fallen ließ. Okay. Also doch kein Mordkomplott.
I think perhaps I have been
Chasing shadows. Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Ah, der war nur verliebt, der arme Kerl, ey.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs.
Leute, hätten
Fleming
wir
as a
dran denken
gift.
können.
You
Blumenerde und
placed flowers in
Kaktusnadel.
the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer.
Oh. Oh.
I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson.
Rest assured, we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right then.
Sehr gut.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic
man.
gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
Leute, da erkennt man wieder einen voll funktionsfähigen Soziopathen. Empathie, hä? Sollen wir so tun, als hätten wir Empathie und wissen, wie
As
Menschen
in most
reagieren?
things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the obtruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
The Strand. Salpeterexplosion erschüttert die Docks. Vergangene Nacht wurden die Anwohner des Londoner Hafens durch einen lauten Knallgeräusch und dichten roten Rauch unsanft aus dem Schlaf gerissen. Das Handelsschiff Moskwa hatte am frühen Abend auf seiner Fahrt zum europäischen Festland für einen Zwischenstopp am Pier 3 angelegt. Als es an Bord plötzlich zu mehreren Detonationen kam. Die Hafenbehörde äußerte sich bisher nicht zu dem Vorfall und es ist nicht bekannt, ob sich zu dem Zeitpunkt Besatzungsmitglieder an Bord befanden. Gelangt Salpeter in den Fluss, doch da der Ort des Geschehens nach wie vor weiträumig abgesperrt ist, lassen sich die Angaben noch nicht prüfen.
Come, Dr. Watson.
Okay, ich weiß,
Let's
wo wir
put this
hinfahren.
matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Echt?
let me know if there's any way I can make it up to you. Tell you what, tomorrow's edition of The Strand is on me.
Süß. Es gab gute Nachrichten. Sind die jetzt zusammen? Ich will mit
Well,
der
that
Frau
was
reden.
an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it.
Der ist ein bisschen verrückt gerade.
Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition, and that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Genau.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But...
It's brilliant. Let's go.
Oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
Ich mag Watson so sehr. Wir haben jetzt 39 von 50 Punkten. Ist das gut? Sollen wir mal gucken, wo der ist? Alles grün. Gut. So. Es befindet sich in derselben Straße wie Mr. Barnes Buchhandlung. Und wir haben... Okay, nichts Neues zum Anziehen. Hey, das sieht nicht gut aus. Okay, komm, wir machen hier mal. Das gefällt mir gut. So. Captain Stanwicks Herrenhaus. Ein Herrenhaus auf derselben Straße wie die Buchhandlung. Da ist es. Oh mein Gott, da ist es. Oh. Ja, ich glaube, ich schneide die Suche raus.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. And it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
Very
You heard that,
cooperative.
didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
Tell me about Kimahir.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen. And as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
Okay.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
Is there any reason Kimahir may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
Cool.
Did Kimahir make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
I take it this is the first time Kimahir has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Freunde, das ist ein richtig schönes Abenteuer. Und ich würde sagen, jetzt können wir hier in Ruhe ermitteln. Es wird bestimmt vieles hier geben, was wir besichtigen können. Ich schaue mich immer den Schuppen an, aber das machen wir in der nächsten Folge. Also gerne wieder einschalten und im neuen Outfit genießen. Bis dann, Toshi, liken, ciao.